那我今天可能就开比较短了。是没事，前往。现在在医院嘛，上次跟一堆有的没的人对话过了，然后我们现在到医院。爱着乔纳森，乔纳森是我吗？可以准备一间办公室。对，就是上次我就是发现，我上次就是最后面那边，他要叫我去跟谁啊，或者是谁发生什么事，我每一次都记错。复言，我留一些笔记，我的笔记附件是关于过去我对于高等血液的发现。如果你需要参考，你随意阅读，只要你不用这些知识来占我便宜。这用太多，所以那就是一些高等血液，速度惊人，他们有魅惑能力。对，他这个设定就是他在有写嘛，他们靠自身的意志来阻止自己疯狂的吸干目之所及的每一滴血，他们需要血液才能维持身体。这应该是看玩家，但是就像我说的，你只要犯过，你就没办法增加你的技能，就是这个等级啊，你就会升得很慢，因为你吸他们的血，你有办法获得他们的经验，所以说你犯过他们，等于说你这些经验你就没有，那你就不太能点这些技能，尤其他的技能都超贵，所以你就变得说，你会变得很弱啦，就是你就是很一般的人，但是你可能要跟其他人打架的时候，你就会很烂。
The flower's dying. It needs
不能
water.
说我先放，应该是不行，因为你要魅惑他啊，你要先魅惑他，你才能去吸他的血。这是我要制造药物。
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night.
其实我已经
I have so much time now.
我之前好像不是长这样子耶，看我的眼睛跟我的脸，慢慢都已经有点吸血鬼化了，突然变得有点苍白。那我就这个看。在这边啊，看随便一个技能都要，随便一个技能都要1000，然后我现在吸了一个人血，我也不过1500。技巧无尽。我好像需要欸。 但是我们上次说要先用那个嘛，就是不知道，可能我在想了，如果要全完用完，可能真的要一直灭祸别人啊。伯爵要，这个也应该要。哦，耐力也很慢。把基础数值先用起来。血费技巧。这个好了。当一个区域夺起的生命越多，该区域整体的健康水平会变得越差。如果某区域的健康水平降至危机以下，这个区域会陷入一片混乱之中。每个区域的命运就把握在你手里。就是说，我也不能吸太多人的血了。我现在已经在健康了，因为我把那个人吸血涌了嘛。现在魅惑等级还是只有1，基本上我这里的人其实我都不能吸，只有这个可以吸。但是他好像也没有错。
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
就是有点逼你在你真的要的话，你还是得血涌别人。
Dr. Swansea asked me to collect you, Dr. Reed. Hurry up!
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
Sorry. There's nothing here.
Some of the patients won't last the night without them. Honestly, sir, I'm beside myself.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
我感觉让他进去的话，他一定会找到什么我是吸血鬼的证据，所以应该不要比较好。我们第一轮就都先直觉。 埃尔伍的医疗。哦，这个就是那个当时坐在1楼右边那个嘛。他说他一直像在被烧的。刚刚那个房间这里吗？还是另外一间？这间。哦 ，OK。
It's locked.
锁上了。看来我之后可能会学开锁。而且我必须得说，我长这样子，大家真的都不会害怕吗？我长得就一点，我好像是不一样的人。看一下有没有别的人。这个是那个跟外面司机是情侣的。哦，好吧，原来是看多了。我先进入太平间。我们血条跟那个体力条都变多了。不是我用坏的哦，它原本就快坏了。来看一下太平间有什么。这边有老鼠。找到。有一堆玻璃瓶。这个火竟然还在点呢，太不可思议了吧！竟然可以从里面出去。气氛要你用的这么可怕。他从这来的吗？钱吗？这么大堆才5块钱。 为什么会有东西？啊，我忘记咬它了。
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than
上面那个是
influenza.
我右边的那个，我右边不是有那个任务吗？任务目标 ，Y 就是主线。它其实有标，但是我想说要收一些东西。这也不是安全区域吗？怎么会有人？没有一击必杀。我好像悄悄接近，也没办法一击必杀他们。
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
哎呦，哦，有点吓到哎。还好他会那个，是会掏刀。我刚刚想说掏刀不妙了，后面直接冲出来一个，吓我一大跳。
It's locked, all right. Balls of Mars, fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
没办法，刚也没有，刚刚也没有看到老鼠。我猜太平间应该有要打怪的，先给自己做一点心理建设。哦，哎，哪里？喂，那是不是有个东西瞬移啊？
These scowls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood. 不是，那个不是我的。那还有一只，好像真的要点那个吸。哦，两只。天哪，痛啊！钝刀，你刚刚获得一种新类型的副手武器，装备它，攻击时可以从哇。
攻击力有点低，要打这么多。那我们需要吸更多人的血。伤害。
It's locked, all right.
好像还有一只。不如说很麻烦啊，只是不确定说这个有没有什么，不知道什么觉得这里会有一堆，我靠，就是他。我操！我操！哦，我那个技能了。哇，哪一个？啊，没办法。唉，好硬啊！怎么办？他还会引分身呢。哇，整个重来欸。哦，原来是要装这个副手了，它明细比较好，好像不用重收欸。那我就直接去那个。 道可不可以打。来了，要打了。哇，那浪费。
These scowls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
Hard. 难怪叫夜勤为情。这里啊
Sodium hypochlorite. Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
啊，他只有500经验，我打得这么辛苦。够了，哎。搞怪还给我来绕！打怪没有用意，就不再多打了。不过这游戏有点微微惊吓，偶尔会突然吓你一下的。就是吸血鬼冲出来的时候，不是吸血鬼啊，那些怪。哦，楼上吗？ 快帮给。制作疲劳症。来了来了，你的药来了。哇塞，这个真的很。来这。
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
疾病会使市民的血液质量降低，使用正确的药物治疗他们。
I will not let you down, my
Good
boy.
evening, sir. Doctor.
现在还真的要当医生吗？你那个太可怕了吧！记住，市民的鲜血可以让你获得大量的经验值。哎呀！
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me, I'm so blundering idiot. Will this shift never end?
My blood and soul. They belong to you now.
The life running in your veins.
The giant morgue disguised
Flesh needs it.
Oh, please spare me, dark
应该是不是只有2啊？变货等级不知道怎么提哦。
Spare your obedience.
来，你在哪？
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea. But my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
有话语让我欣慰，这不是恩典，我就是活生生矛盾的例子。
There is an absurd poetry to my situation. Physician, heal thyself.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
必道歉，他刚有道歉吗？这不好笑。哦，他有道歉吗？他说。
I'm not some doe-eyed student, Edgar. I understand we both have something to gain from this relationship.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Okay.
Do you need something, Jonathan?
I have just...
Then ask her...
You mentioned something about a secret society. A brotherhood, if I recall. Could you elaborate?
Certainly. I've been a member of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole for several years. We are pledged to monitor and report vampire activity in England as impartial scientific observers.
That explains your nightly wanderings about the docks and the questions you ask.
I feel it wasn't mere coincidence that led us to that part of town. There was something as yet unseen that set those chain of events in motion.
Yet you don't fear me. And still, you know the monster that lurks beneath the civilized surface.
The Brotherhood has studied your kind for centuries.
他一开始
We
就拿
believe you are as
十字架造
supernatural
我
as a
为
lion is to a gazelle.
Since you seem quite the expert on vampires, what could you tell me about my condition and how it came about?
As men of science, our first step is always to start with what we know. Forget the myths, the hackneyed scrawlings in the Penny Dreadfuls. They do not scratch the surface of the truth you now find yourself in.
The sun. The morning following my transformation. Its rays burned me. There was pain, smoke, and my skin blackened.
You will find there is very little that can kill a vampire, my friend. You have been offered relative immortality. The sun will most certainly hurt you, leaving you weakened and damaged, but it will not destroy you.
Must I take a life to live?
You are a vampire. You feed, and blood is the sole sustenance that can sustain your immortal frame. And only a living creature contains the nourishment you require.
Since I'm the one working for you, what should I know about Pembroke Hospital?
Well, for many years, we have been the only medical facility in this part of town that people can rely on. We support the community here, as well as provide health care.
Where do we stand today?
Oh, to be honest, we cope on a day-to-day basis. The first wave of the Spanish flu last summer took us by surprise. We lack many of the basic necessities needed.
What do you expect of me?
What we need is hope. You were a soldier. This is a war. This white coat's still a uniform. We fight to help the poor, the sick of the East End, The Forgotten.
The man we pursued and slew in the canning factory, William Bishop, I believe. Was he a vampire?
He was a Skald, technically speaking. The debate rages as to their classification. Some think them a subspecies of vampire, others something else.
How do Skalds come into existence?
The name means slave. The etymology may indicate that they are a lesser species of vampire. From what I know, vampires tend to despise them.
Just for clarity, what differences are there between myself and a Skald?
A Skald is easier to eliminate, Jonathan, even if they remain formidable foes for the unprepared. Vampires... Now, vampires exist beyond the mortal realm.
等一下，刚刚那只他也杀死我了，其实。
We'll see each other again soon, Edgar.
他只是夜灯血魔，就这么厉害。到之后我还得了啊！
I cannot enter.
A month? A year? You have the right to disapprove of our methods, and you will kindly apologize when you're feeling better.
Good evening, Dr. Strange.
And good evening.
Have you heard any talk of blackmail going on in the hospital?
If you're running some official inquiry, you had better question the patients. They know more than the staff, especially old Miss Jones.
Goodbye, Doctor. Good evening, Mr.
Good evening.
Have you heard talk of any black...
No.
Goodbye for now.
My sweet girl. Sure we're making a difference.
Reads me like a book. I never could keep
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening.
Have you heard...
Dr. Reed, are you trying to...
Of course not, Mrs. Goswick. I'm just curious.
Well, go be curious somewhere else, please.
大家都不想理我。
Goodbye, Mrs.
太菜了，没办法，我还只是个菜鸡。
I will not let you down, my boy.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady of mercy.
他长得就像吸血鬼。
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night,
他就是
before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
对，被你玩弄了。刘往熙喜欢吸血鬼，很高兴见到你。这两个都不太对吧？这谁是失望熙啊？
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions. but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
哦，那个医生就是死亡系，是来帮你的。
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
What are your expectations? Please be precise.
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital, you are in an excellent position to ask innocent questions and deftly learn the identity of my blackmailer.
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient or their family.
If we're dealing with an ordinary criminal, surely you've the means to deal with it yourself, if I may.
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes ablaze, the blood would run like a river. That's what I hope to avoid. Violence has a tendency to spiral out of control.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Last summer's epidemic was...
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening,
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in this hospital?
There are a lot of secrets round here. I'm not surprised someone tried to make money from them.
What kind of secrets?
I'm not in the gossip business, Dr. Reed. If you want to know more, you better talk to Harriet Jones. She's the oldest patient here.
I'd like to see you...
Wise choice.
它也只有零件啊，我根本买不起。
Damn. The pain. It's here again. If...
Why do you feel responsible for the injury, Thomas? What really happened?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells. It happened during my leave. It was an accident.
Why lie about it?
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans, and it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
You know you can't hide forever. One day you'll have to face your loved ones. Until that day, you have no chance of real recovery.
My friends all died in the trenches. It's shameful enough to be alive with these stupid scars. I don't want my children to see me like this.
Tell me what really happened then.
I went with a whore in Rouen. Dead drunk I was. The hotel was a shithole. There was a fire that night.
Did you start the fire? Were you trying to avoid going back to the front? That's not uncommon, you know.
No. It's just that I was asleep when the flames reached the room. The girl was long gone. Bitch never woke me up. Left me to burn.
How close are you to Miss Horcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of my blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
You told me before you don't want your children to see you like this. Do you have any other family?
My sister Agatha has raised my nippers since their mother died. Don't want them to look at me like this.
How could children despise their father injured in the war?
What do you think? They saw me. Once. My poor angels left the room crying. They keep on having nightmares every week, my sister told me.
Your sister's not a child. I'm sure she has nothing but respect for a wounded soldier, and you are her brother.
You don't know my sister Agatha. She may be young, but she's all discipline and morality. If she ever found out what really happened...
She doesn't have to know.
She's a sly one, my sister. One day she'll find out the truth and knock 7 bells out of me. Nah. I'm better off here.
那你就在这边。
Fear and disgust on every street corner. The daily routine.
A giant morgue disguised as a hospital. That's Pembroke nowadays.
Have you...
I have...
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it.
被发卡了。
But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
I'll leave you.
我会。 还有一个标记啊。
Hello again. Goodbye.
Cold will be my death.
My blood and soul, they belong to you.
What? What? What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
请冷静，闭嘴，没有事情要问。
Please calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings on. Was it a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to say you enjoy this type of idle gossip.
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is here. Most of these bitches would let you freeze to death before getting you a blanket.
You seem to know more about the goings-on here than anyone else. Beware, Miss Jones, in case suspicion should fall on you.
That's it. Blame the old and infirm. I see those little bitches' greedy little eyes. Just waiting for me to pop off, they are.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigan's, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round. The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
If only there were more of us. Less resignation and more determination.
I know I can count on you. I wish I could say the same for the others.
Never could keep anything from her.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time.
By this horrifying epidemic.
If Pembroke is still standing after this epidemic.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful tales.
No matter how you feel about her, Miss Jones deserves our help.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares if a nurse finds some happiness where she can?
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff have criminal backgrounds?
The people who work here all come from very different backgrounds, Doctor. Just like the patients.
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Can you remind me why we still work here?
Dr. Reed will help straighten things out in Pembroke, remember?
窃听，按下 V， 然后当前可疑的市民心脏会发出可见的光芒。
Please, sir. I need help bad.
What's going on?
I'm Blight, sir. Newton Blight. I've lost my mate. Can't find him anywhere.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital. Please, calm down and give me more details.
Oswald and myself were both infantry, sir. We were en route for the hospital, but... well, we had a disagreement. And Oswald ran off towards the canal.
How long have you been searching for him?
I can't go there. Too many rats by the water.
Fucking
rats. Can't stand them since the war, sir. Can't stand them at all.
Don't be ashamed, Mr. Blight. Many soldiers who survived the trenches suffer from musophobia. I'll see what I can do for your friend. What can you tell me about yourself?
I'm Oswald's best friend. We served in the same regiment, sir. We've taken care of each other since we came back from the front.
What can you tell me about your friend?
His name is Oswald Thatcher. We survived the war together. Oswald is... nervous and quite fragile since we came back from the war.
This is a dangerous part of town. What are you doing here?
We were looking for the Pembroke Hospital. We both need help. Treatment, I mean. To get some sleep. Just need to feel better, sir.
Where was your friend the last time you saw him?
He went down by the canal. He didn't want to go to the hospital. I think he went to the sewers on purpose. So I couldn't go after him.
I have all the information I need for now. If I find anything out about your friend, I'll let you know as soon as I can.
Thank you, Dr. Reed.
Don't worry, we're safe. Don't worry, we're safe. No one is here. Relax. Don't worry, we're safe.
我有踢呀、
Don't worry, we're safe.
对不到那个踢呀、
Relax.
好，我在这里看是不是？好啦。
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
他去哪里了？发誓想被我洗。老鼠。要杀我才可以喝他的血。
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
猎爆猎，乱爆猎魔，抗性单元。太强了吧！哇，完了！太强了吧！先杀下面那个。还是上面。 救市民，小心某位身处。我不过，马上看调查中。哇，在一起待，他怎么忽然没声音了？本来就是要走。一人一口那样。没差没差。
Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first. Please, take a deep breath and tell me your name.
Okay. I'm Oswald Thatcher. Please, I need to get out.
Mr. Thatcher, your friend Newton sent me to help you.
Yeah.
Do you remember him?
Yes, I do.
Good. Now leave this place and enjoy the cool night air. It's quite invigorating. I'm sure you'll feel better if you do.
它只有一等呢，我要不要干脆把它吸掉？它只有300。我们要魅惑它吗？你觉得我们要魅惑它吗？大家决定。是它。350经验算了啦，算了，放过他，不要他太烂了。但他只有1啦，他比较好魅惑。我们再观察他一阵子。 对，暴徒也是在里面呢。哦，这站是王站呢。啊，以为是这个任务的多。看来就是走另外一边。好。差很多了。这里有这么多老鼠，一定就是告诉我，底下有一场激战。前面这个一看就是一场激战。
What sort of creature is this?
我知道他一开始的打法，但发现太晚，能往后闪。我们直接，他可不可以来吃老鼠？
This is despicable. I can't believe I'm doing this.
哦，那我们干脆直接个3级平行，然后过去。
What sort of creature is this?
他看得到我哎。 西了。啊，没戏。多啊，我们可以换100，可以换这个，还没不换。难怪我们打起来这么吃力。我靠！
I have this thirst for blood. This is despicable. What sort of creature is this? Here's what's left of him. Not a lot to check, but...
女生男，令你混混，不论你的身份，不论来找凤西呀。 可以。
Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her.
开点。
I can't believe I'm doing this.
一开始拿错武器了啦，难怪我们一直打得那么吃力。
Despicable.
该知道以后就是在那一关捡到的武器要马上换，因为那一关的武器大概就是用来打那一关的东西。刚刚那个吸血也是。